What's up, YouTube? Thank you for watching. Today, I will be covering the challenge, Double Agents, episode 6, and I will be reviewing and recapping. So, we come back in the aftermath of the elimination between Anissa and Tori. Anissa comes out victorious, thus earning her gold skull. She's now eligible to run the final. So, Nany has a conversation with I believe, Cam and Lolo, as he pretty much says, look, Teresa and Anissa were supposed to be friends, and she pretty much knew the whole time that Anissa was going to be voted in. So, to say that this person is so-called your friend, and you knew they were going to be voting the whole time, you didn't say anything, she's pretty much painting Teresa as a shady player. And, she said, hey, I wasn't going to say anything at first. I didn't want to look like a hater. I wanted you guys to see for herself. So Lolo takes it upon herself to kind of question Teresa and see to see how she's playing the game. Now, obviously, Teresa's playing both sides. We've clearly seen that because, she's befriended some of the rookie girls, well, all of the rookie girls. But then, of course, she still hangs and chills with, Anissa. And, it's kind of, I guess, was somewhat cordial with some of the other vets, even though, she doesn't know them as much as she knows, Anissa and Nany. So, it's just kind of funny, just seeing them talk. Like, Teresa's in the whole tie-dye sweatsuit, and, her and Lolo start getting into it, but then Teresa, she kind of calms herself down because, she even said in the confessional that, I'm going to keep Lolo calm because, the confrontation that could arise, definitely wouldn't be worth it. And, we've seen how Lolo gets when she was on Chance versus Pros. So, I guess I can respect that about, knowing how to read the situation. So, but but the thing is, Teresa, it's like, when Lolo's questioning her and, she's saying, I can't be honest about everything. And it's like, Teresa, like, you're clearly playing both sides. But of course, it's the challenge. No one's going to always be truthful and honest. It is what it is. So, fast forward, we get to the daily challenge, which is a mini final. It's called Smuggle Run. So, basically, they have this, capsule. They have to carry it 5 miles. And the thing is, going into this, I would have expected Lolo and Nam to win this so we can really see what the two of them are made of as a pair. But, man, they came in. I remember I wrote this down. So they came in. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they came in like 7th place. It was interesting to see them struggle because I think I noticed as they were carrying it, they weren't carrying it straight because I noticed like, they were both carrying it on opposite sides of each other, and then somehow I think maybe, I'm not sure which shoulder Lolo has. I know she said she had a surgery on one of her shoulders, and then it's like when I see them walking, they're kind of like going crooked. Then I think at one point Lolo's like, you're pushing me, so it's like whatever they were doing, it just wasn't working. We pretty much saw Anissa and Fessy in last place the whole time. Now the thing is, there's definitely a big height difference between the two of them. But, man, Anissa, I like Anissa, and, me and a lot of the people were pulling for her to finally win because, she's done like 14 seasons or whatever. And she's been doing the challenge, before it was even called the challenge. I think she was been doing this since like maybe 05, something like that. Because I think her first challenge was Battle of the Sexes. And I believe that came out in like, somewhere between 02 and 05. Well, I know Battle of the Sexes 2 was actually like 05. Because that was like actually one of the first challenges that I watched. I didn't watch it consistently, but anyway. So Jay and Teresa end up pretty much coming in first place. We had Jay and Teresa finish first. Corey and Ashley came in second. Cam and Kyle came in third. We had Josh and Nany finished fourth. Casey and Leroy came after. Then we had Amber, B, and Darrell. Then Lolo and Nam. Then Devin and Gabby. Nishi and Amber. and then Big T and CT were second to last. Now, ever since CT became partners with Big T, he's been excited. They won the previous challenge, and she was acting like a queen and stuff like that, and it was all fun. It was hype. It was cool. Everybody loved it, but clearly, he even said that having her as a partner could possibly be an anchor. Props to Michi and Amber for not completely coming in last, but definitely with the Nisa, this is kind of a clear indicator that she's not gonna win. She's definitely not gonna win this season. That's for sure. She talked, like I said, I was pulling for her, and a lot of people are and still are pulling for her to get the win. But it's like, they came in last place, and this is supposed to be a mini final. And she says in the confessional that oh, this isn't even the final. We don't have to win this. But it's like, isn't the whole point to come on the challenge to win? Well, really, the whole point is really just to win the final, because that's where it counts. I mean, you can win all the daily challenges, but if you don't win the final, then that's really what it comes down to at the end of the day. But it's like, at the same time, with you, even though you have your gold skull, you can still be thrown into elimination again. So it's like, yeah, she's not winning. And one of the things too is that people have talked about, like, her weight. So probably last season was probably like, maybe she came out about 40 pounds. I think she even said it, like, than what she was usually weighing or something like that. And people are saying she's getting body shamed, or nobody's body shaming CT. The thing is, at least with CT though, is that even though CT has, we've seen him gain weight over the years and stuff like that, the whole dad bod thing, even with the extra weight, he still performed well and still completed finals. I mean, he won Invasion with the dad bod. He won War of the Worlds 2 with Team UK. He completed the final in Dirty 30, and he also won the final in Champs versus Stars. So, and then also he lost that extra weight that he had on him, that he had up into Total Madness. So once they get back to the house, pretty much Teresa's trying to rally the house to vote in Ashley. And it's funny because at one point, Ashley walks in on a conversation between Aneesa and Teresa, and she's like, am I interrupting? And I like how Aneesa said I could leave, and it's it's just funny because Teresa's like trying to say like, oh, I'm walking around, I'm still trying to decide what I want to do, when it's like, that's it's so funny because it's like, I like Teresa, and I remember it's like my biggest memory of her is just, when they're like, oh yeah, we need to vote in Laurel. This was on Free Agents. We need to vote in Laurel. And then as soon as everyone's going into their votes, she votes for Jasmine as a burn vote. And it's like, I just, for just my satisfaction, I wanted to straight up say like, hey, Ashley, like, you're going in, like, you're going in. It's hilarious. We even see Kyle ask Jay, like, if he was safe. And it's funny how Jay tells him, oh, yeah, you shouldn't put that stuff out there into the world. Like, Kyle, you're good, you're good. So then we get into deliberations, and I like how when Nany starts off, like, we all know who we're going to vote for, a certain name that's come up. Is that what everyone's going to do? And I like how Leroy says, well, I'm not going to vote for Ashley. So clearly she realizes she's definitely going in. And she definitely brought up some good points. Like, they don't know it's going to be a girls' day. For the men, when you're running the finals, she's already run, 1-2 seasons, that you want to have a strong girl with you at the end. And I was like, you know what? She brought up a good point, because, I mean, as I look at it as like, for the men, you want to keep a strong girl around. That way you have someone strong to possibly run with at the final, considering how these partners change up and vice versa. And it's funny how Amber says, oh, we've seen in, in past seasons, people have made it to the final and they, gassed out. But clearly Ashley hasn't been one of them. And again, she's won 2 seasons, so I see how Amber was kind of, trying to save face because she knows that, hey, pretty much people are going to be voting for her and, Michi to get out of the game. So they do the deliberations, and pretty much Ashley and Corey become the House vote. And, Teresa, oh my God, man. Teresa, she was just like so excited when she saw that. She's like, it worked. And she's like, ha ha, I wish I could throw multiple people in. And I know she did throw out possibly voting in Josh and Nani, and then that's when she brought up voting in Cam and Kyle. So she went over to Cam, and I don't know if I guess if this was kind of like to make a deal, or I don't even know what her kind of approach was with that when she said, hey, if it's a headbanger, then I'd rather put you in because I don't want to face you in elimination and things like that. Again, I don't know if I guess it was trying to make it seem like she was. Oh, I think essentially what she's trying to do was make it seem like she would possibly be doing her a favor. So, they finally get down, and oh my God, TJ, he had me cracking up. So he announces that Kyle and no, Corey and Ashley are the compromised agents. Then Cam, no. Then Teresa and Jay decide to vote in Kyle and Cam. And it was funny how TJ says, this is a very important elimination for the men. And then Ashley, oh my God, she had the best reaction of all time, man. Just, she at first had a sigh of relief, puts up both the middle fingers to everybody. It was hilarious. And then, then turns out to be, it's important elimination for the men to watch their partners. So it was a girls' elimination. And pretty much the elimination, it was okay. It was kind of boring. It's pretty much essentially they were on a platform and they had to, swing side to side and build up momentum and put the rings around the hooks on these, suppose like 6 poles surrounding them. Not much to say is that, they swung back and forth. They both were kind of having a hard time in the beginning. And then eventually Cam kind of got a flow. And pretty much he beat Ashley 6-3. So pretty much, Ashley loses. Corey doesn't have a partner. What is it? TJ asked Teresa and Jay, how do they think, what do they think about the outcome? She's like, there was a plan and, it was accomplished tonight. So it'll be definitely interesting to see how this next episode goes. Oh, I totally forgot to mention, before the elimination, once they got back from the Daily Challenge, you see Lolo and Nam kind of get into it really hard. More from Lolo, and she kind of started getting emotional because she's saying, she's a team player. She's worked with partners. Nam wasn't vocal enough. When they finished, she wanted to jog it in rather than walk it in, and she's definitely tripping too hard. One of the things is that, in this game, she can find another partner, so it'll be interesting to see if, when she decides to go in, if she switches partners, if they can find a way to make it work. But their communication right now definitely sucks, and they haven't necessarily performed the best in these challenges so far. Not that I would even say they were necessarily the worst. I mean, these challenges, these daily challenges so far haven't really, I think, been the best indicator of who's the best competitor or not. Because, I mean, you look at it like, puzzle. The first one was puzzle, memory, you can lump that in the same thing. So the first one was like a memory game, right? So how good's your memory? That doesn't indicate, yeah, because, I mean, you could have a memory type of puzzle during the final. But it's usually not like that. The second challenge was, I believe, Oh, yeah. Second challenge was just putting cones and then just putting it in people's station, and then last person standing wins. So that kind of goes either way. It doesn't really prove who's better. Uh, Now, granted, the third one it kind of did show who's physically good because you got to push your opponents off the side of the truck. Fourth one was a drone. That was just more of communication. And then here we are on the fifth. God, that fifth one's not coming to mind right now. And then with this challenge, now we kind of have a measuring stick about where the teams stack up. Because also too, I think this is a good indicator of possibly how the final could go because the orders of the teams could have definitely been a toss up as far as I'd say first through sixth place. I'll look at it again at the teams that won. That were in the top half. I'd say they easily could have been a toss up. For sure. Probably the biggest thing with like the teams that came third to seventh or third to sixth. I think they possibly could have easily been in the top three as well and caught up, but they all timed out on the puzzle. So I'm interested to see if these people can actually stop playing scared and play smart because it's different, like as compared to Total Madness, where people were volunteering to throw themselves in because that's the only way you can get a skull. But I'm not seeing anybody do that. I can kind of see where they're going with the strategy of getting the strong players out. That way, if you do get voted in, so I can see with Teresa, as in now with another stronger like Ashley, who came in second place right behind her for this mini final, and with Cam getting their skull. I mean, with the voting, it should work out in her favor unless people decide to vote in Anissa. So only people that don't have skulls are her, Lolo, Casey, Gabby, and Big T, and then Amber. So we'll see if this comes back to bite her. If Lolo or Casey decide to volunteer themselves to go in, which they probably not, because it doesn't seem anybody to do that. If they put her against Teresa has a chance of losing. But if, there's a scenario where they don't see her two on the eliminations, then pretty much she's essentially going to the finals. That's for sure. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how this works out for Jay, because now he has a target on his back for this move that they pulled. But I'm definitely pulling for him, though, because, he got voted in, 3 times in the first 3 eliminations, won 2 of them. And then, he's performed pretty well. When they had the challenge where they had to hold onto them from the ledge. So he did pretty well in that. I mean, the only thing that separated him and CT was by 5 seconds. And he was like one of the first people to pull his rope all the way out before he had to hold on to his partner. So he did pretty well on that one. And then, of course, they won first place in this recent daily challenge. So I'm excited to see for this next episode. Thank you for watching and tune in for my episode 7 recap.